Good morning. Great to be with you again this morning. I feel a little bit like Mr. Rogers when I say that, but it truly is. Welcome to Daylight with Dean number 5 on April 16th, 2020. I'm trying out a new lighting option here. I have a couple LED lights set up. I hope that it's not too distracting. And one of the things that I've noticed is that daylight comes about a day earlier every day. So attempt to start this at 6:39 this morning, but for many of us, we enjoy it much later in the day. I was amused this morning when I came out to the kitchen because I was reminded of the last joke that I ever heard my father tell. It was in May of 2003, and I grew up in Delmont. My mother was from Delmont, the Delmont area, Greensburg address, but in the Delmont area. And my dad was from High Point, North Carolina, actually a small town called Archdale, right outside of High Point. And my dad was just a soft-spoken, relaxed pace, very rarely ever frenzied or hurried, just a great guy. And he was friends with Ray Ambrose, the attorney in town who passed a few years ago as well, maybe close to 10 years ago now, or 8 years ago. He was good friends with Ray, and Ray's office was right at the top of our street. And my dad and I, we were in New Kent for dinner at my in-laws' house, and they needed something from the store, so we ran up to Golden Dawn and came back, and Ray was in his parking lot, so I pulled in to say hi to him. My dad said hello, and my dad looked at Ray and said, "You know, Ray, at my age, I don't buy green bananas anymore." I just put my head down and thought, Dad, that is such a lame joke. But within a few weeks, my dad was in a car accident and was gone, and I got his point. You can't really count on tomorrow. Sorry to start this day with that. However, the reason I did was yesterday I went shopping and I bought green bananas. My kids hate yellow, brown bananas. So if I'm going to buy bananas for them, they got to be green. They'll eat yellow bananas, but the moment they catch a hint of brown on them, they're out. Actually, this is the best time to eat a banana, in my opinion. I don't know if you're a green banana or yellow banana or yellow-brown banana, or maybe even you're a brown banana kind of person. But that brought me a little joy this morning thinking about that. I also noticed in a lot of the comments yesterday that my pirate logo shirt brought you a lot of joy. Many of you. I love this logo. My favorite logo of the Pirates, because it was the logo that I grew up with in the 70s. And this is kind of my standard shirt, so I anticipate that I'll be wearing this shirt just about every day that we get together, whether it's clean or not. One of the things that has been disrupted during this time for me is going to the gym for about 6 weeks at the beginning of February till the middle of March. I was getting up, heading to the gym before 6 in the morning, going to pick up a friend and coming back, and I would wear this shirt nonstop. It was my workout shirt. And I kind of had a saying at the gym that I washed my shirt once a week, whether it needed it or not. And my friends thought that was disgusting. And I said, well, one thing, my sweat doesn't smell. And my friend and his wife didn't believe me. So after working out for about 4 days in this shirt, every time it's soaking wet after we work out, I would change, drop my friend back off at his house. I went inside, told his wife. She didn't believe me. She smelled the shirt. And she's like, your sweat doesn't smell. Now, I know that's a little bit too much information for you so early in the morning. But it goes to my question today. We're talking about honesty We mentioned it yesterday. I'm going to be preaching about it in my message on Sunday. And how much information is too much information? How honest is too honest? You know, we're invited to live our lives open and honest before the Lord, but the reality is we don't really want to hear about everybody's dirty laundry or sweaty workout shirts. But how honest is too honest? Do you have any thoughts on that? As I've processed through it, one of the kind of check marks for me is honesty that reveals my fears, honesty that reveals my anxiety, honesty that reveals what I'm hiding from, shared at appropriate places and appropriate times. It's a good thing. It's a form of confession. It's a form of acknowledgement. So for me, during this period of time, one of my biggest concerns for me personally is I'm a very social person. I draw a lot of energy from being around people. Now, don't get me wrong. I like my alone time as well, and I'm completely comfortable being by myself, working on something, doing something. But I've noticed in my rhythm throughout the week, I've really come to depend on that resurgence of energy that I get on Sunday mornings being around, 200 plus people that come to the river between both our services. And on midweek, Wednesday evening, the 20, 25 people in our larger style small group, and all of the youth and kids that I get to see, and the Sunward Ministries that I get to see on Wednesday evening. So what I notice is if I'm on vacation, if I'm away for a week, if I'm gone for a weekend, I notice that I tend to withdraw. I tend to kind of shut down. I tend to, my insecurities kind of really flare up. And I really get off kilter a lot. And so my big concern during this time was, one of them was, how will that affect me emotionally? Will I be able to navigate not engaging with people in the rhythm that I had grown accustomed to? And I have to just say, thank you. You guys are helping me. So many times your comments thank me, and I just have to tell you, not just the fact that you're watching this, but the fact that you're commenting on this and engaging with me, it's helping draw me out. It's helping me stay open. It's helping me navigate that fear of my insecurities and shutting down in isolation. And so I want to thank you. It's a big deal for me. It's been fun connecting with some people that I haven't connected with in quite a while. When I was a little guy in Chicago, I was born in Chicago. My parents lived there for about 6 years. My mother had a dear friend named Pearl Brown that lived with her and my dad for a period of time when I was born until I was 2 years old, and we moved back here. Aunt Pearl, or I call her Aunt Burl, she took care of me, and she always got me grape juice whenever I asked for it. And Aunt Burl Date Deuce was a common thing I would say to her. And they retired and moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico several years ago. And Aunt Pearl, I just want to thank you for watching and commenting, and great to see you on here. It's the way that you all reach out to me that's helping me during this time as well. So I just want to ask you, are you paying attention to kind of what your big fear or one of your fears during this time might be or have been? And are you finding a way to navigate that. My prayer for you is that you will, that you'll surprise yourself, and that God will bless you this day. God bless you, everybody. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is a big special day for me in my life. I can't wait to tell you about it in the morning. We'll see you. Bye.